Hello kids, in this video we will be discussing about jump statements from the chapter Iterative Constructs in Java. Jump statements. During the course of programming, when we need to transfer the control to another part of the program, then jump statements are used. That means while writing the program, you know how is the control goes. That is first statement will be executed, then the next statement, then the next, and just so on, right? And when there is a conditional statements like for loop or if loop or something like that, then that particular block will be executed, and if something has to be skipped, that will be skipped. Again, the flow of the control goes from top to bottom. But if we want to control the program, that means instead of top to bottom, in between the program execution, if we wanted to make the control from one part of the program to the another, then we use jump statements. So following are the jump statements: break, continue, return. So return will be discussed in class 10th. So in this session we will be discussing about break and continue. Break statement. So the break statement is used in looping construct for an unnatural termination of the loop. That is, what is the purpose of break in switch case, right? So once the condition satisfied in the switch case, it just comes out of the switch case. Same way, whenever a break statement is used in the looping construct, then it makes the unnatural termination of the loop. So naturally, the loop terminates once the number of iterations that are supposed to happen happens completely, then it terminates. But when break statement used, then unnatural termination of the loop happens. So example, for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. So inside the loop, if I is equal to 6, then we are asking a break, and here B should be small letter. Then system dot out dot println of I. So here whenever I is equal to 6, we are asking the computer to just go for a break. So that means to terminate the loop. So the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So till 5 it just print the number, because whenever 6 reaches, I value reaches 6, it just stops iterating. Next type of jump statement, that is continue statement. This statement is just opposite to the break statement. As soon as the continue statement is invoked, the control will return back to the next iteration of the loop, leaving the rest of the statements of the loop unexpected. So you know what is break statement now. So whenever there is a break is included in the loop, then when the condition reaches for the break statement, it just terminates the iteration. But continue statement is just opposite to the break statement. That is, as soon as a continue statement is invoked in the program, then wherever the continue is told, then it just revert back to the starting of the loop. Okay, so that means there is a continue is given with a specific condition. So whenever a specific condition is shown, then the control goes to the starting of the loop. So we'll see the example. So for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. If I is equal to 5, then continue. So system dot out dot println of I. So here I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. So it comes and it checks whether 1 is equal to 5. No. So it prints 1, then again 2, 3, 4. And when I is equal to 5, the condition is true. And next, if the condition is true, then we have to continue. That means the control goes to the for loop again. So for loop again means it will not come down for the system.out.println statement. Instead, the control goes back to the for loop. So then again for loop like till 5 it just iterated, so it just next it iterates for the sixth value. Then again it checks whether 6 is equal to 5. No, so it will come and print 6. So your output will be 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 10. So here 5 is not printed because we had given the condition, that is when I is equal to 5 then continue. So that means it revert back to the for loop. It did not come down and printed the I value. So that is 5 value is not printed. So final output is 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 and 10. We have now learned what are jump statements, that is break and continue in detail. So we'll see now what are the differences between while and do while. So you know what is while loop and what is do while loop now. So we'll see what are the differences between these two. So first difference, the while loop will not execute at all if the condition is not satisfied. So you know while loop, we are checking the condition in the beginning. So if at all the condition is not true, I mean if it is false, the loop will not execute at all. But whereas in do while loop, this loop will execute at least once whether the condition is true or false. In do while loop, we check the condition at the end of the loop, so at least once the loop will execute even if the condition is true or false. Second point, as I told now, it checks the condition first and then execution begins. Whereas in do while loop, it checks the condition after executing the loop block. Then while loop is known as an entry controlled loop and do while loop is known as exit controlled loop. Now let us see different terms involved in loops. First let us see what is finite loop. So finite loop is again a term which we use while dealing with loops. So when the loop block is executed for a fixed number of times, then iterative construct is called as finite loop. So when we know exact number of times the loop has to be repeated, then it is called as a finite loop. So again it is divided into two, that is continuous loop. So if the control variable is updated with only one after each iteration, then it is called as continuous loop. That means the the updation happens with only one value. So example is for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. So here the iteration is happening with only one value, that is I plus plus. So this iteration can be even increment or decrement. So either increment by 1 or decrement by 1. Then it is known as continuous loop. Then step loop. In this type of looping, the control variable is updated by the given value other than 1 after each iteration. So in the step loop, the iteration happens rather than 1, any other values. For example, by plus 2, plus 3, plus 5, etc. So we'll see the example for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus is equal to 3. So here I am iterating the loop by 3 steps. So because I plus is equal to 3 is given, so then it is known as step loop. Even increment or decrement can happen here. Next term is infinite loop. The looping structure which will never come to end is called infinite loop or endless loop. It is created by omitting one or more parameters. So the looping structure which will never come to an end. Okay, so in for loop and all, when we are giving I is less than or equal to 10 condition, 10 times it iterates. Whereas in infinite loop, the loop will never end and it just goes on. Okay, and it can be created by omitting one or more parameters from the loop, and we'll see how. Example, for int I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, and the third parameter is missing here, that is update value. So here I is equal to 1 and I less than or equal to 10 and semicolon is given, and don't ever think that it is a mistake, since semicolons are given and you can you can even miss out any one of the statements. Okay, it is not a mistake. So here I is 1, I less than or equal to 10. Then it enters the loop and we are telling to print the value of I. So 1 is less than or equal to 10. And again, when the loop is terminating, again it comes and it will check whether any update value. Since there is no update value, the loop will continue and it just goes on. So that means you will have 1 getting printed in the output screen continuously and it will never end. And next example, for there is no parameters included. So that means there must be a for means iteration and it is nothing is told. So here iteration just goes on, there won't be nothing printed on the screen, and even termination window also will never appear because there is nothing to print it out. But it just goes on, the program will go on and on. And even an infinite loop can be created with the help of while and do while loops also. And you can even try it out. Since you have systems at home, try out this. Next is a delay loop or null loop. A loop that does not include any statement to be repeated is known as null loop. Basically, delay loop is used to create a delay in the execution. So, inside the loop, if we are not including any statement to be repeated, then it is known as a null loop. And basically, we use this delay loop for creating a delay in the execution. That means in the output screen, if you want uh, the outputs to be displayed after a time limit, that after a delay, then we use this delay loop or null loop. So example, for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 100, I plus plus, and there is nothing included in the block. So that means this for loop will just go on and on till 100, and that means a delay is happening there. And another example, for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 1000, I plus plus and a semicolon. So here when we are including a semicolon, that means this loop has to be repeated 1000 times and there is no block included for it. So here also again 1000 times it just repeats, and because of this there will be a delay happening in the execution. Next is interconversion of loops. That means while writing a program, there is always a flexibility to choose the type of the loop. Okay, so you know this already. While writing a program, it is not compulsory that we should use a for loop or while loop or do while loop. It is a programmer's convenience, or according to the program's logic we need to apply it. So also the loops can be converted from one type to the other type. So that is known as interconversion of loops, and we can convert the loops from one loop to another in following ways. That is from for loop to while loop, and you already know how to do it, so I'm not explaining it. From for loop to while loop, and then from while loop to do while loop. So these are the possible interconversions of looping structures.